ASMR drawing, and this intro may look slightly different to videos that I've done before because I am showing you that my desk collapsed last week, just before I filmed this video. So, as you can see there, I've kind of replaced it with a wooden board on a coffee table, on a cushion for a seat. But I am going to have to rebuild the original desk. The original desk being, oh, there's my cup of tea. I thought it would be kind of arty to film. So the original desk, it only had two legs, but it was attached to the wall on a hinge with a bracket, as the room, my studio room, also doubles as a guest bedroom. And I can fold the desk up whenever anybody comes to stay. So I had folded it up and was in the process of folding it up, and I think a pen got stuck between the desktop and the bracket, which essentially pulled the screws out of the wall and it all collapsed. And now it's quite a big desk. It was about 6 foot, maybe 6 foot by like 3 foot. And it was a pretty heavy thing. It had my original cup of tea was on it, as was my big like knockoff Stanley cup of water, and it all tipped all over everything, including the electrics and my bass amp that lives under the desk. Speaking of the Stanley cup, I'm going to have a drink now. And I had to draw everything, and it was kind of annoying. So everything's leaning against the wall, as you just saw. And I'm planning on maybe rebuilding the desk, or at least having a go at it either tomorrow or after recording the sound of this video, because as you can probably tell, the sound once again was recorded after the video. So I'm back drawing the big commission. You can probably recognise some bits of it there, specifically the Fedora Hotel in Las Vegas, kind of underneath my thumb there, at least a corner of it. And the drawing has expanded somewhat and now includes parts of San Francisco, and you can see a bar there, and specifically the fight in 2015 between Manny Pacquiao, probably pronounced that wrong, and Floyd Mayweather, that was super duper popular at the time. And also on the far left, a little bit of Lombard Street, the swirly, curly street on a hill in San Francisco. I'm not sure if I included that in a video at some point, maybe I did. And any eagle-eyed viewers might be able to see that right now what I am drawing, is Danielle Steel's mansion, which may not be the most popular tourist hotspot in San Francisco, but it's pretty memorable, and it's gonna go in. And like I did 2 videos ago, I think I'm going to kind of basically just read the Wikipedia page of the buildings that I'm drawing. So you're in for a treat as I'm about to read some of Danielle Steel's Wikipedia page, and possibly, like I did before, go into a bit of a rabbit hole about various things she may or may not have done. Just looking here, she's been married 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's insane, but fine, good for her. And also she has 9 children, including 7 biological ones and 2 stepsons. That's wild. But she's not married currently. These weddings began in 1965, and the most just gonna start reading some of the Wikipedia page. Danielle Fernandez Dominique Shoeline Steel. That is a crazy name, I love it. What the hell? Is that a real name? It must be. Let me see. Yeah, she was. That is her name. That is absolutely fire. Okay. Born August 14th, 1947, is an American writer best known for her romance novels. She is the best-selling living author and one of the best-selling fiction authors of all time, with over 800 million copies sold. As of 2021, she has written 190 books, including over 140 novels. My word. That's like... In fact, I'm not going to be able to do the maths though. She's 77. 90, 77. If she started writing books the day she was born, that's 2.5 books a year. Assuming she didn't, it's probably nearer to 3 books a year, which might give you an insight as to the literary credentials of each book. I remember growing up, my mum had Danielle Steel books everywhere, it's all she read. And even, well, my mum kind of says that they're not great, but you know, it's kind of like brain chewing gum, you just, you know, it's just an easy fun read or whatever. Anyway, continuing with the Wikipedia article. Based in California for most of her career, Steel has produced several books a year, often juggling up to 5 projects at once. All of her novels have been bestsellers, including those issued in hardback, despite a resounding lack of critical acclaim. I assume that's in reference to her books not being literarily renowned. Her books often involve rich families facing a crisis, threatened by dark elements such as prison, fraud, blackmail and suicide. Steel has also published children's fiction and poetry, as well as a foundation that funds mental illness-related organisations. That's very good for her. Her books have been translated into 43 languages, with 22 adapted for television, including 2 that have received Golden Globe nominations. Steel was born near Danielle Fernandez Dominique Shoeline Steel in New York City to a German father and Portuguese mother. Her father was a German Jewish immigrant and descendant of owners of Lowenbrau beer. Oh, that's pretty cool. I actually drank a load of that. In fact, I drank one of those like a week ago, so thank you, the Steel dynasty, for that beer. It was very nice, actually. Her mother, Norma da Camara Stone dos Reis, oh my gosh, they have some crazy names in the Steel family, was the daughter of a Portuguese diplomat. She spent much of her childhood in France, where from an early age she was included in her parents' dinner parties, giving her an opportunity to observe the habits and lives of the wealthy and famous. Her parents divorced when she was 8, and she was raised primarily by her father, rarely seeing her mother. She started writing stories as a child and was writing poetry as a teenager. She thought of becoming a nun during her childhood. That would have been I assume, you know, she'd have ended up a very different life if she'd have done that. A 1965 graduate of the Lycée Français de New York, she studied literature design and fashion design. Very cool. While still at New York University, she she began writing, completing her first manuscript at 19. Okay, so she had 19 years before she got on with the books. Steel worked for a public relations agency in New York called Supergirls, a client ladies' home journal. Editor John McCarter encouraged her to focus on writing, having been impressed with her freelance articles. He suggested she write a book, which she did. She later moved to San Francisco and worked as a copywriter for Grey Advertising. I assume not initially to the house that I'm drawing here, but somewhere else. Then it just goes on to talk about her books and her fame. impressive. I remember flicking through these books as a kid, and they always seem to have a character called Teddy. I guess to me and now that's cemented as like quite a posh, famous name, like a very upper class name. Oh, she's opened an art gallery too. After years of near constant writing, in 2003, Steel opened an art gallery in San Francisco, Steel Gallery, believe it or not, which showed contemporary work and exhibited the paintings and sculptures of emerging artists. Cool. The gallery closed in 2007. Oh, that's a shame. I'm just readjusting my microphone, bear with me. Okay, there we go, that wasn't too loud. Okay, she's inducted into the California Hall of Fame. Personal life. Steele married French-American banker Claude Eric Lazard in 1965 at age 18, before she'd even written a book, no way, and gave birth to their daughter Beatrix. Steele and Lazard, Lazard L-A-Z-A-R-D, separated in 1972. While still married to the Lizard, Steele met Danny Zugeldo whilst interviewing an inmate in a prison near Lombok, California, where Zugeldo was also incarcerated. Interesting. He moved in with Steele when he was paroled in 1973, but returned to prison in 1974 on robbery and rape charges. Oh my god. What is up with this guy? After receiving a divorce from Lazard, okay, thank goodness. Oh no, she married the bad guy. She married him in the prison canteen. That is absolutely wild. She divorced him in 78. Thank goodness for that. This is making me think of the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I read last year. It's kind of giving me those vibes. She got pregnant again, got married again. Steele married for the 4th time in 81 to John Traynor, a shipping and cruise magnate and later vintner and art collector who was the ex-husband of Dee Dee Wilsey, who is American socialite. Interesting, okay, the first rabbit hole begins. That was pretty boring, she's just a Republican party donor and socialite. Oh. So, philanthropy, there's quite a big... Oh, okay, no, that's what I was doing. Sorry, I completely lost track there. What was I doing? A year after parting from Traynor in 1980, she married the dairy product mogul and real estate developer Al Wilsey, who had recently divorced his third wife, a friend of Buchanan's, the social columnist Patricia Montanda. The couple soon became leading lights of the high society in San Francisco and Napa Valley, where they maintained a country house. Al Wilsey died in 2002. Wilsey, hang on. Oh, a bit confused now. Wilsey is featured. Oh, okay, I understand. Wilsey is featured prominently in her stepson Sean Wilsey's memoir, Oh, the Glory of It All, in which the author describes her as his evil stepmother and contended that she married Al Wilsey because of his $300 million fortune. That's quite the claim, Sean Wilsey. Okay, there's not much on his Wikipedia page. I'm going to Google him and see what he looks like. The guy who... Okay, there he is. So it seems like he's just known for writing that book where he absolutely slanders his stepmom. Okay, I'm going to pick up the microphone again because it was making some strange noises on the... it was resting on my laptop, which is probably not a good idea. I could hear some strange static coming through. Oh, was featured as the evil stepmother, not Danielle Steel. Okay, thank goodness. Right, so where was I? She married to John Trainer. Together they had 5 children: Samantha, Victoria, Vanessa, Max and Zara. Trainer adopted Steele's sons Nick and gave him his family name, and Steele also became stepmother of Trainer's sons Trevor and Todd. Trevor Trainer, what a name. Oh, he's an American businessman who served as the United States ambassador to Austria a couple of years ago. Todd Trainer's a film producer. Okay. Determined to spend as much time as possible with her children, Steele often wrote at night, making do with only 4 hours of sleep. Steele and Trainer divorced in '95. Oh, she's got a fear of flying. Her fear of flying created many challenges in the early 80s. She went through an 8-week course based at the San Francisco airport to overcome her fear. That's wild. Steele married for a 5th time. I'm sorry, I've just realised with this bit in the video, I must have gone and done something else. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. It seems you can just see the Mayweather versus Pacquiao shown here live. Oh, here we go. I'm drawing again. Okay. I was listening to music, I think, when I was doing the drawing and kind of not really being able to settle on anything, so I just kept changing the songs. Okay, so she married the 5th time to Silicon Valley financier, whatever that is, Thomas James Perkins, but the marriage, that's the guy I mentioned before, but the marriage ended after 4 years in 2002. Steele has said that her novel The Clone and I was inspired by a private joke between herself and Perkins. Perkins dedicated his novel Sex and the Single Zillionaire to Steele. I need to drink water. Steele's longtime residence was in San Francisco, but she now spends most of her time at her second home in Paris. Her 55-room San Francisco Spreckles mansion was built in 1912 as the mansion of sugar tycoon Adolf B. Spreckles. Interesting, so that must be the one I've just drawn. Despite her public image and various pursuits, Steele is known to be shy, and because of that and her desire to protect her children from the tabloids, she rarely grants interviews or makes public appearances. Interesting. Oh no. So her son Nick Trainer died by suicide in '97. Trainer was the lead singer of San Francisco punk band Link 80 and Knowledge. I'm opening these pages. To honour his memory, Steele wrote the non-fiction book His Bright Light about Nick's life and death. Proceeds of the book, which reached New York Times non-fiction bestseller list, were used to found the Nick Trainer Foundation, which Steele runs to fund organisations dedicated to treating mental accessibility issues. To gain more recognition for children's mental health, Steele has lobbied for legislation in Washington and previously held a fundraiser every 2 years known as the Star Ball in San Francisco. Interesting, okay. I'm gonna go down a little rabbit hole here. Adolf B. Spreckles. What a name, Jesus. Dude, this guy's wife is called the great-grandmother of San Francisco. What the hell? Was it California? Oh, Adolf Bernard Spreckles. Oh my gosh, we've got the same birthday. How fun. I've got the same birthday as Adolf B. Spreckles, and he was born nearly 150 years before me. How interesting. Was a California businessman who ran Spreckles Sugar Company and who donated the California Palace of the Legion of Honor Art Museum to the city of San Fran in 1924. I see. Wow, one of this guy's racehorses has its own Wikipedia page. Morvich, this was the horse, was an American thoroughbred who was the first California-bred racehorse to win the Kentucky Derby. was his wife, was a wealthy socialite and philanthropist in San Francisco, California. She was both known as Big Alma, she was 6 foot, and the great-grandmother of San Francisco. Among her many accomplishments, she persuaded her first husband, sugar magnate Adolph B. Spreckles, to donate the California Palace of Leech. Okay, I've just said that. Excuse me. Oh, she's Danish. Okay. Rabbit hole over. Nick Trainer, here we go. So he was Nicholas John Steel Toth. He was the one who was adopted then by Trainer. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Nick Trainer. So that was her second or third husband. Adopted him. Because his original surname was Toth. He's the lead singer for the punk band Link 80, son of Danielle Steel and William George Toth. And he tragically died aged 19. That's very sad. Trainer started his first band, Shanker, at age 13 with Max Leavitt. He joined Link 80 at 16 and played with them for 3 years, touring extensively. After leaving Link 80 in August 97, Trainer formed a new band called Knowledge and recorded a demo with them that has since been released on Asian Man Records. A song titled Nat, as in GNET, was included on the release. The song was recorded years earlier with Leavitt. Interesting. Okay, now I'm on the Link 80 Wikipedia page. Bay Area punk band. Are they still going? Was it? Okay, not anymore. Nick Trainer joined the band after meeting Adam at a show in San Francisco's Mission District. Nick's passion and voice combined with the rest of the band to make them different from most ska bands and gave Link 80 the against the rest attitude they displayed throughout the lyrics. Far more punk than ska, with an energy and sense of immediacy lacking in pop-orientated ska bands. Link 80 was able to avoid the cliches of ska punk characterized by their peers. Okie dokie. I want to see what they look like. Really see what Nick Trainer looks like. Trainer. Oh yeah, there he is with his mum. He's like covered in tattoos. It's very interesting that, you know, someone, Danielle Steel's son, could end up like a punk singer. Very interesting to me. God, he was only 19 as well. There's a picture there of him with the 5 children I guess, the Trainer guy who adopted him, and he's there and he's got a necklace on and then dyed hair and stuff. That's cool. Okay, let's see Link 18. Right, let's see. I'll tell you what I am actually going to look up now. Before this, I'm going to say I'm very sorry for the not much going on in the video currently. I think I just got super distracted by something on the computer or my phone, or maybe I went to go make a cup of tea, but hopefully my voice is enough for now. Maybe you can just enjoy, I don't know, looking at the picture. Oh, here I am. Okay, I'm back. And I start on this building, and I will stop reading about Danielle Steel in a minute to kind of talk about this building. I'm going to look at Link 80 there on Spotify on my phone, which I'm going to do very quickly because I'm on 1%. Oh, phone's going to die in 20 seconds. I've got to do it super duper 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 quickly. Link 80. 16,000 monthly listeners, okay. That's cool. So Okay, so that's link 18, her son. Danielle Steel. Okay, this is pretty funny. Steele's novels, often described as formulaic, tend to involve the characters in a crisis that threatens their relationship. Sorry, there's like a whistling in my throat. The novels sometimes explore the world of the rich and famous, and frequently deal with serious life issues like illness, death, loss, family crisis, and relationships. There are claims that her popular storylines are based on the events in her life, despite a reputation among critics for writing fluff. Steele often delves into the less savoury aspects of human nature, including incest, suicide, divorce, war, and even the Holocaust. As time has progressed, Steele's writing has evolved. Her later heroines tend to be stronger and more authoritative, who, if they do not receive the level of respect and attention they deserve from a man, move on to a new life. Very good. Oh, she doesn't write sequels. Okay, fair enough. Oh my god, okay. I'm going to look at the Danielle Steel bibliography. The first one was Going Home, called Going Home in 1973. And the most recent one, a lot of scrolling down, oh my god. Okay, so there's 5 booked in for 2025. My gosh. Recently she's on like 7 a year, and she's in her 80s mind. I wonder if she types them, or she's dictates them to someone else who types them. Don't know. Anyway, next year's novels are Never Say Never, Far From Home, A Mind of Her Own, A Mother's Love, and For Richer or Poorer. Of these names jump out at me as being particularly interesting. The one they're called Dangerous Games. Oh my god, I've scrolled so far, I'm only on 2017. Sorry, that was a really weird noise my throat just made, I do apologise. Okay, I'm going to try and get from this page to the page of the building that I'm currently drawing without typing it in. Okay, I'm on the Danielle Steel page, I need to get to San Francisco now. Right, where does she move to San Francisco? California, okay, on California. On the California page, surely. Here we go, San Francisco Bay, we're getting there. And now I need to get to the buildings, or at least the architecture. Come on, we can do this. Scrolling. Geography, subregions, climate, ecology, interesting birds, hydrography. What on earth? I don't even know what that means. Oh, water. Okay, that makes sense. Demographics. What else? Okay. Right, economy. We're closing in. Housing. Education. houses. So iconic looking. That makes sense. Designed by architect William Pereira. Let's look at it. I went to school with a guy whose surname was Pereira, and I know it means pear tree in Portuguese. Okay. Oh, there we go. This guy's paternal grandfather was Portuguese. Way. It's nice when you know things and it links up to other things. Anyway, so he designed that. The building stands at 853 feet, 260 meters tall. Wow. It was the 8th tallest building in the world when it was built. A popular tourist site. I think it's quite an iconic feature of the San Francisco skyline, definitely. So, a guy called... In 2020, the building was sold to a New York City investor, Michael Schvo, who I'm going to look up, who in 2022 hired Norman Foster to redesign the interiors and renovate the building. Michael shows a real estate developer based in New York with offices all over the place. Oh, he started off as a taxi rank guy. Oh my god, what am I doing in the video now? There's something. I'm zooming in, zooming out. Okay, I'm just adjusting it. Thank goodness you can't hear anything there. Okay. Right, I'm finished reading about this Schvo guy. Oh, he was indicted on charges that included felony tax fraud. Interesting. Oh, he paid $3.5 million in taxes, which is probably absolutely nothing to him. Anyway, back to the building and enough about that guy. The Transamerica building was commissioned by Transamerica CEO John Jack R. Beckett with the claim that he wished to allow light in the street below. Built on the site of the historic Montgomery Block. What is that? The Montgomery Block, also known as the Monkey Block, and Halleck's Folly, that's interesting, was a historical building active from 1853 to 1959, was located in San Francisco. San Francisco's first fireproof and earthquake-resistant building. That's cool. Anyway, it's got 48 floors of retail and office space. What's in it now? Are there shops in it now? Anyway, it took 3 years to build. Pretty quick. Funnily enough, got built quicker than it's taken me to finish this drawing. The building is evocative of San Francisco and has become one of the many symbols of the city. Oh, hang on, have I already read this? No, they've just repeated themselves. Transamerica. Pyramid was the tallest skyscraper west of Chicago when constructed, surpassing the then Bank of America Center, which is in San Francisco. Also in San Francisco, there we go. It was surpassed by the Aeon Tower in Los Angeles in 1974. The building is thought to have been the intended target of a terrorist attack involving the hijacking of airplanes as part of the Pachinka plot, which was foiled in '95. What on earth? I'm definitely looking at that page. The Pachinka plot was a large-scale, 3-phase terrorist attack planned by blah 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 blah. In January '95, they planned to assassinate Pope John Paul II, blow up 11 airliners in flight from Asia to the States with the goal of killing approximately 4,000 passengers and shutting down air travel around the world, and crash a plane into the headquarters of the CIA. Wow. Despite careful planning, the Pachinka plot was disrupted after a chemical fire drew the attention of the Philippine National Police. The only fatality resulted from a test bomb planted by one of the perpetrators on a Philippine airline flight 434, which killed one person and injured 10 others. assassinate the Pope when he visited the Philippines during World Youth Day 95. A suicide bomber would dress up as a priest. Oh my gosh. He planned to get close to the Pope and detonate the bomb. Anyway, moving on. Back to the Transamerica pyramid. I think I've only got a couple of minutes left before the end of this footage, so I'll I guess try and wrap it up in some way. Talking about the design, the land use and zoning restrictions for the parcel limited the number of square feet of office that could be built upon the lot, which sits at the north boundary of the financial district. It's got two wings. I remember thinking about this when I was drawing. It's the elevator shaft. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realise that. That's really okay. So those like sticky outy bits, these wings for the lift. That's cool. Oh, okay. So one of them's the elevator shaft on the east and a stairwell and smoke tower on the west. Smoke tower, is that where you like go and smoke? Or if it's on fire where the smoke gets out? I don't know. The top 212 feet, 65 meters of the building is the spire. There are 4 cameras pointed in the 4 cardinal directions at the top of the spire, forming the Transamerica virtual observation deck. Oh my gosh, I'm going to look at that right now. 4 monitors in the lobby whose direction and zoom can be controlled by visitors display the camera's views 24 hours a day. That's cool. I wish it was online. I initially thought it. Oh, can I view it? Oh, I was hoping, you could watch the video online, watch the footage online. So they did shut down the observation deck, the balcony after 9/11. Observation deck. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Covered in aluminium panels. Oh, okay. Just seeing pictures of it now. I kind of want to know what's in it now. I'm sure somewhere's going to describe it. Tenants, okay. Well, this isn't as interesting as I thought. ATEL Capital Group, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch. Where do I know that name from? Similar structures, the Shard, I know that very well. The Burj Khalifa, and oh my gosh, the Rugyong Hotel in Pyongyang. That is right. If you're listening to this still, Google the Ryugyong Hotel, Ryugyong Hotel in Pyongyang. It looks absolutely insane. Is that real? Oh, unfinished. Okay. Oh, never mind. It's not actually real. It still looks absolutely insane, though. Tell you what, I might draw that for the next video. That is utterly insane. Okay, I can see the video's ended now. Thank you for joining me on this little rabbit hole exploration on Wikipedia. I just want to say as well, thank you for all the new subscribers and new viewers to the channel. I realise my most recent video is getting quite a lot of views, which I'm so happy about. I'm so pleased to be connecting with more people, so thank you, because it's all down to you, the viewers, and I appreciate it a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video, another little delve into the big commission. I'll see you very, very soon, so good night, good evening, good morning, whatever